Thank God it's Friday. It's another beautiful evening right here in the coast city of Enugu State. And you already know that it is time for Nka, the most scintillating, entertaining, and well-rounded show right here from the coast city to the world. I am Jumai Bulama Ashebu. It's a pleasure to be here once again. And it's been an amazing time. But every Friday, I tend to ask you, what exactly are you doing this Friday? How exactly are you having fun? What's on your mind this Friday? I think as you get older, as you grow older, weekends are mainly for trying to get the energy you spend during the week. Sleep has never been so important to me like it is right now. I remember when I was much younger, I just wanted to party, was looking for the next wedding. But now I'm really happy when people cancel plans. I don't know if you can relate, but that's exactly how I feel. But if you're not following Afia TV Official on Instagram, you're very wrong. Do well to go to all our social media platforms and follow us at Afia TV Official. Tonight promises to be amazing as I have, not one, but two beautiful ladies right here with me. Don't go anywhere. Nka, we'll be right back. You're still watching Nka only on Afia TV, broadcasting live from the beautiful city of Enugu, Nigeria, DSTV 254 and GoTV 17. I am Jumai Bulama Ashebu, and it will not be complete without talking about Christmas. I'm the poster girl for Christmas. You can call me, I'm thinking of the correct or very lovely name to give myself in connection with Christmas. The Christmas lady. Ha! That hits. The Christmas lady. Well, it's 96 days until Christmas. And as much as I'd like to ask everyone if they started shopping, I understand what is going on at the moment. I can 100% relate. And I just need everyone to stay safe, find ways to make yourself happy, and we will overcome. Well, joining me tonight, like I said earlier, we do have two ladies, but I'm going to start off with the one I have seated right next to me. Now, if you listen to Dream 92.5 FM, this is a voice you hear all the time. You know, I was going through her socials and I saw one of the videos where she was congratulating Cardi B. We'll get into that. She was so happy that Cardi B was pregnant that I had to ask myself, like, are you related? What's the connection? Anyways, she has really wonderful names or wonderful ways of, you know, expressing herself. And also, she says she's very goofy. She's very mindful and extremely cutesy. Well, joining us tonight is no other than the one and only Julia Madu. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm so excited to be here.
I'm sure you didn't see that coming.
No, I didn't. I didn't see that coming, honestly.
All right. And we also have another beautiful lady right here with me. She is a songstress. She has the voice of a nightingale. This is someone who you love. This is someone who you listen to all the time, you know, and she has been able to get the title of Afro Soul Princess. Joining us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is no other than the one and only Afro Soul Princess herself, Uchechi Emelonye. Good evening. It's a pleasure to have you here, darling.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us. All right, we're going to start off from the beginning, which is the beginning of the journey so far. And I'm going to start off with you, Uchechi, and then we'll come back to you, Julia. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to you. I think behind the scene, we're talking about your latest, one of the songs from your latest project, which is Foolish, Mixed Emotions. Before we get into all of that, who is Uchechi Emelonye? I also was able to see that you have lived in 8 countries, 3 continents. It's a lot. And I'm interested in finding out how your childhood was, schools you attended, living in 8 countries, 3 continents. Please unpack all of that for me and so much more.
So I'm Uchechi Emelonye. I'm a musician, I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter. I write all my songs myself, which I'm really proud of. And I've been doing music and making music since as long as I can remember. I've always been in school plays. I've been singing the responsorial psalm at church as well. And I've just fallen in love with the art of creating music. For me, music is my favorite form of communication, and that's why I do it. So I started taking my career a bit professionally in 2020 during COVID because there was nothing else to do in COVID but take it seriously. And it's been going very well from there on. I've won a BBC Introducing Award. And like you said, I've lived in 8 countries over 3 different continents. So I've had a really diverse childhood where I've been able to absorb so many cultures and different sounds of music, which I put in my music today.
I mean, that's rather interesting, but I'd like us to delve deeper into how those countries and those continents were able to influence you in one way or the other. I love the fact that they, in some way, influence the kind of music you do, what you write in your songs. But personally, I'm going to personalize it. I grew up in Nigeria, and of course, my childhood would definitely be different from yours. So take us through those countries, how they affected you, how they influenced you, and how it has made you or taking you to who you are right now.
I think the major thing would probably be in my lyric writing at first. Okay. I have sort of like a Western influence because that's where I took all my English language and writing classes. But I'm still delving into, throwing in some pidgin in my songs because as much as I've grown up in different places, home was always Nigeria. Home will forever be Nigeria, and that's why I'm back. And I've always somehow found a way to infuse Nigeria into my music because I'm very proud of my roots. And I just think we have so much to offer in terms of the music landscape. Our instruments are diverse and amazing. Our sounds are diverse and amazing. And just the way we talk, it's so fun. It's so different. Like no other place does it like us. So even though we have different, yeah.
All right, that is fantastic to know. I will come back to all of that in just a bit because I was going to ask, were you able to learn to speak another language apart from IGBO, apart from your Nigerian language, in terms of your childhood and growing up in different parts? We'll definitely go into that. But now let me come to Julia. Big sis Julia. How has the journey been so far? Where did you grow up? What schools did you attend? Okay. How was childhood? I'm sorry. I think from the onset, when I meet someone, one of the first questions I love to ask is, where did you grow up? How did it influence the person you are right now? How was the dynamic growing up? It's different. And sitting down here, hearing people talk about the different dynamics, talk about their childhood, it just feels like I'm on Tales of Moonlight every night. So it's interesting, it's diverse, it's different. So I'd like to hear yours. What schools did you attend? Childhood, and how has it led you to who you are right now?
Okay. I was born and raised in Enugu State here. And then I think for secondary school, I went to Port Harcourt.
So how was that shift? Because Enugu is chill.
It was a lot, being a small child, having to live where you're used to a different complete place, without your parents. It was just a lot.
You were a boarder?
Yeah, I was at some point. And then I was a little bit of I was the only girl. So my dad's family felt like, I need a tough hand, to. And my mom felt so too, because she felt like, if she was with me, if I'm with her, she's gonna spoil me rotten. So she had to send me to toughen up. And for uni, I actually schooled in India, City Group of Institute, Shakpur, Jalanda.
So how was that? You see, I like the kind of guests we have tonight. They have different layers to them. So there's this, there's that, and there's something else. So do you speak any Indian? Do you speak any Hindu? Talk to us about that. How's the experience like?
I don't speak any Hindu.
Did you want to learn?
I actually did want to learn, but I'm a slow learner when it comes to language. So I didn't even make an attempt to learn. But I feel like I picked up a little bit of language to be able to communicate with the locals there, especially when I want to get something at the market, or my teachers.
So how do you give us give us an example of how you communicate then? Let's say you want to buy something.
Okay, I want to. Okay, let me remember. Let me try to remember.
Right, let's give you some time.
Okay. Oh my God, I literally forgot. But I know one thing is baya. I need when I want a baya. Baya means uncle, or like a man, like when you want to address a man, like Baya. And I can also remember Otto, like we call it Keke here, but we call it Otto there.
Otto.
Yeah.
Oh.
We call it Otto. What else? Obviously their currency is rupees. Oh my God, I literally forgot because I've been in Nigeria for 2 years now. So I think like because I have not like been able to like do those things that I'm used to, all of those little language that I picked up has really literally left my brain.
So the food, let's talk about the food.
Oh my.
Because there's different sides to India because I love their flavors. They have so much when it comes to flavor. So how was it getting used to from Nigeria, being used to Nigerian delicacies, trying to, you know, eat up?
You know, at first, when I first arrived, it was very difficult for me to like adjust my taste buds to like how their food is, because I love India, but being a local African child that is used to abacha and everything, it was hard like adjusted to gogape. It was hard adjusted to momos and stuff like that. So it's very hard to adjust to that. But like I feel like as the time goes on, you know, you don't have any other option, because African food there is quite expensive. Like it's a rip-off, so you have to get used to, like, I have my favorite. I think momos is my favorite, and butter chicken with chapati. I love it so much. So I think that's actually my favorite. I remember when I came back to Nigeria, I was literally craving it so much that I had to go to YouTube to learn how to make like a chapati, like butter chicken, and it was a lot. But
so how was it staying? How many years did you stay in India?
I stayed for 4 years.
So 4 years in India, coming back home, how was that change?
You know, being away for 4 years, I came back to like a different economy. I came back to a very different economy, and my friends, most of them also traveled out. So like it really took a lot for me to try to like adjust to my new reality. It was actually like a lot. I think at some point I was actually like depressed because like, you know, and you know what, the funny thing was like, oh, I studied outside the country, it would be easier for me to get a job.
Interesting.
That was the biggest joke of my life. That was the biggest joke of my life because I was always bragging like when I come back, companies will be wanting me. That was the biggest joke because
what did you study, by the way?
I studied business administration. That was like the biggest joke, like reality check. Because I was feeling a little bit special, you get, as a foreign student, but I had like a quick reality check. So I think, but altogether, I got used to it, and I think I'm used to it now, and then it's okay. I've adjusted properly.
So from studying business administration to being an on-air personality and to also being the CEO, creative director at Adira Apparel. Please help us connect those dots. Because business administration, someone will imagine that, okay, they're supposed to be doing business or being in an office of some sort. So how did you get into radio? And let's talk about this fashion side of you.
Okay. I studied business. I don't even know why I did that, but I studied business. But you know, before I traveled out, there was one, I think I was going through how far I've come, like, you get me?
The journey so far.
My journey so far. I was just remembering how much I really wanted to work in the radio, because the initial plan, for when I was a child, was actually being a lawyer. That's another story for another day. Actually,
you know what's funny is the fact that I was going to ask Uchechi how she has been able to balance a career in music and law, because she also has that part of it, and that's what we're going to talk about next. But now, why didn't you study law?
So I don't even know why. I think that was a passion when I was a child.
Okay.
But when I grew up, when I was growing up, it changed. You get, and that's what I was saying about like getting into radio. I think before I traveled, I had this friend. He was going to pick his sister at a radio station, actually Dream FM. He was going to pick his sister at Dream FM. So I tagged along. So when I got into the compound, I was like, oh my God, I would really, really want to work here. I would really love to work here. And the girl was actually like, oh, don't worry when you're done with school. Because I hadn't even gotten admission then. So she was like, don't worry, when you're done with school, I will help you get a job at Dream FM. And the next year, I traveled, and the whole plan of working in radio like vanished from my head because I was like, I'm in India and I'm studying business. There's no way it's gonna happen. And the lady that promised me the job, I lost contact with her. Like it mean like traveled again. We're no longer like in communication. Yeah. So when I came back, I was actually on a call with one of my friends. I was a call with my friend. He was like, Julia, you actually have a nice voice to talk. I was like, oh, I actually love that because like when I was in India, I started like a YouTube. I started like talking on YouTube and stuff like that. So he was like, oh, I was like, yeah, I actually would love to work in a radio station, but you know how it is. He was like, oh, don't worry, go for this interview and see how it goes. And lo and behold, I went for an interview in Dream FM, and I got the job, and the training and everything. And I was just sitting back. I was like, do you know, I actually wished for this, and it's a reality. And I feel like it might seem like far-fetched, but I was just thinking. I actually posted it on my status, I think 2 days ago. I was like, do you know, I'm actually living in one of my dreams. And you know, when life happens, it's hard for us to remember how the things we used to wish for. So like maybe one time, like sit down, like, do you know, all these things I have now, there was a point in my life that I only longed for it. And I think that's just like my story. And then when it comes to Adira, I'm a fashion girly. I love clothes. I love anything that makes me beautiful. So there's this, because I actually like, I don't do all clothes. It's just boo gown to get everything Ankara and stuff. So I was like, I want something different, something that speaks me, because I don't know if you've gone through my social medias. I like anything that makes me look like a rich auntie. So I was like, how do I transfer that to other women you get? So I was like, do you know what? Let me start doing that. I source my material myself and I give it to my designer and my producer, and they do everything, and it's just like beautiful. And that's just basically how Adira came about. So I think I'm also using applying my business degree to the business.
Well,
the business. Yeah.
I mean, that is very smart.
Yeah.
Now let's come back to you, Uchechi. Music, law, extremely impressive. How exactly have you been able to combine both? And how's it going right now?
It's actually going really well. I found a way to make both of them intersect. So, for instance, with law, I can apply my own legal skills to my own situation in the music industry, and I'm really interested in entertainment law. And so, if I'm done with music sometime far in the future, I can also continue to practice then. So yeah, just because I'm passionate about both. Passionate about helping people, that's why I studied law, and I'm also passionate about helping people through my music, that's why I do music, and they just seem to merge, and I was really lucky for that.
All right, well, we'll go for a quick break right now. When we do come back, we will be delving into mixed emotions and still talking to big sis Julia for more on her journey so far. Don't go anywhere, Nka. We'll be right back. You're still watching Nka only on Afia TV. I am Jumoy Bulama Ashebo. And yes, I still have two beautiful ladies right here with me. I have Julia Madu, award-winning OAP. And of course, I still have Uchechi Emelonye, superstar, fast-rising artist. You need to listen to her song, and you definitely need to follow both of them on social media. Funny to be honest, I started following them today. And you know, the beautiful thing about going on social media to follow someone is you get to see a different side to them than when you meet them. Now, for example, I'm going to take Julia. I'm going to talk about Julia. So you go to social media, you already know that she's a fashion girl. You see her looking so beautiful. And you see her on radio, there's a side of her to radio. And you see her with her cute captions, Anodogu's wife. It's so funny. And then you see Uchechi, of course, showing her craft. You know, there's a video of hers I saw on social media with Black Feather, and I think it has to do with one of her first songs. It looks so beautiful, so arty. And I said I was going to ask her so much about that. But before we get into it, we have a treat for our guests every single time. Do you know what that treat is?
No, I don't.
Uchechi, can you guess what the treat is? We have something we know you will love.
Is it food?
But talking about food, what would you say is your favorite delicacy? What's your favorite meal?
Abacha.
See, you're my girl. All right.
Supposed to be mine too.
Okay, so you both love abacha. Well, I'm an ukwa girl, but I can do abacha.
Ukwa too. Like,
yeah, I love
remember
abacha.
when I told you I was a local girl? Like I'm a local food girl.
So you like ukwa too?
I love it. Everything local, apart from the one that had the small beans, not the usual beans.
Is it the dark beans?
Yeah, I don't like it. That's the only native.
I'm trying to remember. Akidi? Is that
Yes,
akidi?
yes. That's the only native food that I don't like. But every other thing, like, I'm your girl.
Well, we'll also find out if Uchechi makes her abacha. But right now, I'd like us to show Uchechi some Nka love right here. I'm wondering, I'm just trying to imagine what's going through her mind right now. We have so much for you, Uchechi. So much.
It is.
Okay, yes, so right now I'd like to show Uchechi some love from the Nka stage. Dun 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 dun. Well, I try to unravel it because it's really special. Oh,
who's that?
I know, I'm asking too. You look so beautiful. And it's so...
Thank you.
You look like a model there. Do you do some modeling?
No, I couldn't. I'm not tall enough.
Well, I'm a model. I feel like I'm not tall. I'm very short, but I'm a model in my heart. So you can also be like me.
Yeah, we can do it together, in fact.
Yeah. So when was this? Let's talk about these photos.
This photo was actually taken when I finally moved back to Lagos.
Okay.
I was just feeling like fine girl, so I took a selfie, as you know, fine girls do. This photo was taken by my Canon camera. I have a little digital camera. I love cameras a lot. Photography is one of my side hobbies that not too many people know about. So, yeah.
Interesting. This is really nice. Really nice.
That is a behind the scenes from one of my song's music videos. So we went to the beach to shoot because the song is called Underwater. So of course we had to go to the beach. Yeah. And a fun story about that, my phone fell in the ocean and it broke.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That's some more behind the scenes from the Underwater music video as well, which you can check out on YouTube.
Wow, that is so beautiful. Like, so beautiful. Was it a video with you with the black feather, wearing the feathers?
That was also from a music video. That is the music video of my debut song called Little Black Bird.
Oh, Little Black Bird, okay.
Yeah, so I was a little blackbird.
It was so beautiful, so arty. So,
thank you.
Is it me or do you like fringe, like the fringe hairstyle, or do you have something in mind?
I love changing things up. You can tell me which one you think looks best on me that I should keep going.
They all look good.
Thank you. That is from my Foolish visualizer. So the main song from the EP that I'm sure you're very interested to talk about.
I'm very interested in talking about that song and the mixed emotions because I'm seeing first time. First time is giving me falling in love for the first time vibe. Foolish is like, I'm done with you. You're foolish. How can you do this to me? So it's a mixture of mixed emotions, just like you rightly.
You got it.
Just like you rightly named. But before I come back to you, I'd like us to show Big Sis Julia here some love. Why are you laughing? Are there some photos that you're expecting that you're not really proud of? That you're like, no, this we shouldn't.
No, please.
They shouldn't do this.
There are plenty.
There are plenty. No, I doubt. See, my producer is a very nice guy. Yeah. So I'm very sure that he just, picked some very lovely, lovely photos.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so, honestly.
Well, I would like to show Big Sis Julia some love right here. I'm curious to know what my producer. Wow. That's very African.
Ooh.
Is that from Adira?
Actually, no, I actually made that skirt though.
You made it?
Yeah, I actually made it. But that was like my least favorite picture though, because I was a little sick here.
No.
So I was just trying to feel cutesy and
this is so nice.
Oh, this is from my Lagos trip. I went to Lagos my cousin was in town. She came back to Nigeria, so I went to Lagos to see her. I think this is Obi's house.
Oh, okay.
This is actually in India, one of my favorite foods. Oh, I forgot to mention, I actually love mashed potatoes, with gravy. And I think that's what I was eating there.
That is nice. I love this outfit. When I saw it, I was like, whose wedding?
Oh, my friend's wedding. That was in Port Harcourt, actually. Yeah, that was my friend's wedding.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's from Adira too?
Yeah, that's from Adira.
This has to be Polo Park.
Yeah, obviously. Enugu signature.
So lovely. So lovely.
Oh, that's for my birthday of last year.
Skin popping. So beautiful.
That's so cute.
You see it too? You see it too?
Yeah.
That was the only one. But yes, what we do with these photos is to remind you of how far you've come.
Yeah.
You can see for Uchechi, we're showing photos of, her videos before now. Underwater, I think Underwater was in 2021. Correct me if I'm wrong, Uchechi. So we just want to... What did you say?
I said, no, you're correct.
Oh, 2021, good. And Big Sis Juve, we just want to remind you of how far you've come, and we're here to tell you that the best is yet to come.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to those amazing photos and journaling of your life, in the years to come. But now let's come back to you, Uchechi. Behind the scene, we're talking about you picking up languages. And I said I wanted to delve into, the countries you stayed, you grew up, and, just let's talk a little bit about that before now talking about this mixed emotion, because it's giving me mixed emotions right now. And I really want to, get into what inspired it, because if I need to be honest with you, I feel like, should I say it? Would you like me to say what's on my mind?
Yes.
Okay. So it's giving me some Adele vibe. Maybe something happened, and now that inspired you to write. First time you broke up with this person over you, because it's more like, okay, you're in love this moment, you are saying the person is foolish the next, and you're saying, oh, I'm over you the next. It's mixed. So talk to us about the languages first, and then we delve into your album. And of course, you won BBC Music Record of the Year in 2022. A little bit about that also.
So, you are correct in saying that it was inspired by experiences. That's what all are inspired by. But I'll start with the languages and the countries first.
Okay.
So I have lived in Finland, America, Macedonia, Italy, Nigeria, Uganda, Kenya, and what is the last one that I'm always forgetting? Sudan. So I've lived in those countries, and I have picked up the language when I was in those specific countries. But as soon as I left, they kind of left me too.
Okay.
It's quite unfortunate because I'm quite fast at picking up languages, but thankfully I do still remember some Finnish.
Interesting.
So that's which is...
Wow, that's rather interesting. I wish I have an ear for languages like you do, but wow. When you talk about the countries you did live in, I think the only thing that came up from my mouth was wow. Was it family that made you move to these various countries? I'm curious, sorry, because it's very diverse. It's very different. What made you from this country to this country? When I had Macedonia, I'm like, what would take Uchechi to Macedonia? Like, just talk to us a little bit about that, and then we go to the music.
So yes, it was family that always had me moving. While I was in Macedonia, my dad was working in a country that wasn't a family duty station, so we couldn't live with him. So we lived in the nearest country to him, which was Macedonia. And then for other reasons, like education-wise, my mom did her PhD in Finland, so we moved there to be with her because we were still young, of course. So yeah, that is why I've been hopping around so much.
Well, that is rather interesting. And now, mixed emotions. Can you, I would like us to have, I would like you to give us just a little bit more than you have dropped in this song. And I say this because you have confirmed that mixed emotion was inspired by experiences you had. So can you talk to us a little bit about the relationship, that inspired mixed emotions? You don't need to call the person's name, just a little bit, and just a little bit. So yeah, talk to us about that.
So all my music has had this theme of journey. So that song that you like with the blackbird with the wings, it was about growing up as a black girl in the world today. And now this EP, Mixed Emotions, is about all the emotions that kind of run through people who are my age at this like stage in our life. As a young adult, everyone has gone through their first love or their first heartbreak, and then they have to get over that person because they have to go back to what's important and prioritize what's important, which is what the last song in the EP is about, which is self-love and finding yourself and being confident. So I just wanted to continue on that theme of journey. And I wouldn't, I know I said it was experiences, but it's not my own experience alone.
Oh.
There's a lot of experiences from my friends as well and their horror stories to add to mine. But yeah, I wouldn't say there's one specific person that's foolish. I think foolish can apply to many, many people.
You know, when I saw that, when I listened to that song, "Foolish," I'm like, perfect song for my haters. Why are you foolish? Who do you think you are? You know, why are you so foolish? Who do you think you are? And I know that a lot of people, I might not insult you, you know, face to face. I can just sing Uchechi's song and say, foolish, who do you think you are? So it's perfect. It is amazing. I'll come back to you. We'll talk a little more about the music. But now, what would you say, how long have you been into broadcasting, Julia? And how would you say the journey has been so far?
Okay, I think I have been officially, I would say a year.
Okay.
Because I just came back 2 years ago. So I used like a year to figure myself out, to know what I wanted to like dive into and stuff. So I think a year, I think February actually made it a year.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So
how's the radio experience been?
It's so amazing, honestly, and it has opened like doors of opportunities, like endless opportunities you get. It's just left for you to like utilize the opportunity, because like radio is like a door, yeah. It has opened it for you. It's just like it's not left for you to like walk through it and stuff like that. But it has its own challenges you get, because especially like when you're starting, you're just trying to find your audience, your footing and stuff like that. It can be quite overwhelming, because I had times when I cry. But I don't cry so much, and I'll be like, would people like want me? Would people accept me? Will I be caught up? You know, those times I used to like make mistakes on air and stuff. Will I be cancelled for that and stuff? But at the end of the day, it has been an amazing journey. I think I wouldn't have it any other way. I think I wouldn't have suited any other career. So yeah. I think.
Well, I mean, that's super amazing. But I'm sure that in the course of doing radio, a lot of people would have said, Uchechi, you have the voice. What are you doing in Enugu?
Yeah.
Why do radio in Enugu? Can't you see radio is more rewarding when you're in Lagos, when you're in Abuja, when you're in Port Harcourt? So later in life, are you thinking of moving to another state, or would you still be here and, you know, utilize these opportunities you talked about? What's on your mind?
One thing about me is that I'm very open-minded. Yeah, I don't know where life will take me. You get, I don't know. I might move, I might not move. You get, like, I'm just open-minded to whatever, you know, ball life throws at me. You get, but one thing about Lagos is that it's the bigger market. You get, you can never compare it to the East. You get, you can never compare it to this place.
Why so?
I feel like it's let me just say, Lagos is a bigger market. Like I said, there's a lot of opportunities there that are limited to this side, and you know, like that's where like a lot of production go on and stuff like that. That's just like the bigger, like, you know, let me say, when you're younger, you'd be like, oh, I want to travel to Lagos. You know, that kind of feeling. I want to travel to Lagos. So I think that's how Lagos is when it comes to our industry too, you know. But Enugu is, I think, give Enugu few more years, Enugu will literally become like Lagos, because we have the potential to get. And I'm so amazed, because when I came back to Nigeria, when I came back to Enugu, it's not the Enugu I left. It has changed so much, especially like in entertainment, you know, scene. It has changed so much. There's a lot happening here, and people like branching out. It's just so I'm just saying, give Enugu like a few. I might be here to witness it, I might not. That's what I'm saying. I'm very much open-minded. I might be here, I might not be here, but whatever life throws at me, I'm willing to accept it.
Well, we are happy that you're here, and of course, we are expecting to see so much more in the years to come. In your phase of Julia in Enugu. All right, Uchechi, let's talk about how you felt when you won the Record of the Year in 2022. Talking about BBC Record of the Year. How did you feel? And what should we be looking forward to in the nearest future when it comes to music? And how would you describe your sound? Every artist has a way they describe their sound. A lot of people call you the Afro pop princess, Afro soul princess, sorry. What's that about? Talk to us a little bit about that.
Maybe after today, I can take the name Afro pop princess.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm called the Afro Soul Princess. I think because I really started in that soulful sound area, really focused on my vocals. And you can hear that in my old music, whereas now I found a way to merge both strong vocals and a really catchy tune for people to, enjoy, for people to move. My song was a bit more somber at the beginning, but now I've transitioned into a bit of Afro pop, I would say. And sorry, what was the first question?
Yeah, I was asking how you felt when you got the Record of the Year in 2022, BBC Record of the Year in 2022.
Yes, I was so honored. It came as a surprise to me, but such a pleasant surprise because I had gone on it for an interview on that radio station as well. And I didn't even know they had this award at the end of the year. That's why it was a surprise to me. And my university actually notified me that they had heard my name on the news in association with the university. And it was just a really big milestone that encouraged me to continue pursuing music, to continue doing what I was doing, and that it was reaching people, which is the main point of my music. I wanted to reach people. I say I make music for the heart and the soul, so I want to touch people's heart and soul. That award just reaffirmed that for me.
I would like to get a feel of how you sounded when you did start. So can you just sing a little bit of one of the songs you started off with? Can you just sing something for us right now? I would like to just hear it.
Yes, I can. Okay. Little blackbird, are you listening? Little blackbird, are you listening? I'll tell you a story of a little girl who had to grow up now. So that was my original song.
Oh, that is super amazing. And I'm sure a number of little girls, well, they might not be watching right now. They're off to bed, but there are people, who are watching this, who will be inspired, to talk to little girls around the world that you can be anything you want to be if only you put your mind to it. One final break, guys. When we do come back, we will be delving into the game segment. Don't go anywhere, Nka. We'll be right back. You're still watching Nka only on Afia TV. I have two beautiful ladies with me, and it has been such an amazing ride. I'm talking about Julia Madu and, of course, Uchechi Emelonye. And Uchechi has been talking about her journey, through music, how she started, and how it's led her to who she is right now. I'm talking about the beautiful songstress. I'm talking about Julia Madu, our OAP extraordinaire, who has been doing amazing things right here from Enugu to the world. It's time for our game segment, and I just have a few questions for you. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd like to start off with you, Uchechi.
Okay.
So I'd like you to rate from best to worst this artist in your opinion. Okay, all right. So first on my list is Fave. Second on my list is Bloody Civilian. Third on my list is Thames. And fourth on my list is Arya Star.
Okay, from best
to worst.
Okay, I'm gonna do from best to best because everyone is so good in their own unique way. But in terms of who I listen to the most, I would say Thames, then Ira, then Faith, then Bloody Civilian.
Okay. All right. That is super amazing. Now it comes to you, Julia. Right from best to worst, there's OAPs.
Okay.
We have Quinchima of Urban Radio.
Okay.
We have Ijele Ozioma Ejefo, Solid FM.
Okay.
We have Rochelle of Urban Radio.
Yeah.
We have Mama T of Afia Radio.
Okay.
And we have Kui of Dream FM.
Oh, you guys are trying to put me on the spot.
No,
Yeah.
it's just a very simple question.
Like everybody's unique. Everybody's unique. Like that's one thing about OAPs. Yeah. When you tune into this radio, it's different. We might actually be talking about the same thing, but our delivery is different again. I think that's what makes us like very unique. So, and
Don't worry, I'll call the names for you again. Don't worry. We have Queen Chima of Urban Radio.
Okay.
We have Ijele Ozioma Ejefo of Solid FM.
Okay.
We have Rochelle, who is also our Inca lady of Urban Radio.
Okay.
We have Mama T of Afia Radio.
Yeah.
And we have Kui of Dream FM.
Okay, I would say Rochelle because she's my friend. She's my friend, and I listen to her a lot. And then Kui because Kui is just amazing to work with, honestly, and she's an amazing OAP. So I would say Rochelle.
I see how you're picking your friends, but go ahead. Go ahead. Go on.
Then the other names, I'm sorry.
Queen Chima of Urban Radio.
Then I feel like everybody else comes behind. Everybody else.
It's okay. It's all right. We're down to picking friends now, but it's okay. But
I feel like the people I listen to most, I listen to Rochelle a lot, because like she inspired me so much. And then Kui, like I work with her, and she's just amazing, and her accent.
It's okay. We know you love your friends. But Uchechi, right before we go, where can people stream your songs, and what should we be looking forward to in the nearest future?
You guys should be looking forward to seeing me a lot more on your screens. I'm going to be everywhere, Uchechi to the world. And you can follow me on all social media platforms to keep up with me, to hang out with me, to come and see me, to come and hear me at Uchechi Emelonye on every single platform. That's Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. In fact, open your newspaper. I'm there. But yes, find me at Uchechi_Emelonye or just Uchechi Emelonye.
And where can this stream Mixed Emotions?
You can stream Mixed Emotions on Spotify, Apple Music, Audio Mac, Boom Play, YouTube, and again, anywhere you like to listen to music, I'm there. Like I said, Uchechi is going to be everywhere.
Thank you so much. And Julia, what should we be looking forward to in a brand new year? 2025 is around the corner. What are your plans? What are your goals? Are we looking forward to a bigger Adira apparel?
Of course, obviously, like we just get better, like that's just the goal, is to get better. And this year really surprised me. It gave me a lot that I didn't like imagine or like foresee. So I'm very excited to what next year has to offer me, because this year really gave me a lot. I launched my brand,
Okay.
1 year in radio, and so I can't wait for what 2025 would give me, honestly.
Well,
I'm so excited.
I mean, we're super excited too. Thank you so much, Uchechi, for joining us on the show. We appreciate you. Looking forward to listening to Mixed Emotions and, of course, more songs from you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Have a great
You too. Thank you so much. Julia, we love you. We appreciate you. And we cannot wait to listen to you tomorrow on the radio.
Thank you so much.
And that's it, guys. I mean, do also follow us on all our social media platforms at Afia TV Official. Until next time, keep watching Afia TV, DSTV 254, and GoTV 17. I am Jumai Bulama Ashebu saying good night and have a lovely weekend.